Hi y'all, it's good to be back. Today I'm here to talk to you about garlic. A lot of us like garlic in our food. Some people are allergic to it, some people don't like garlic at all, but I think a lot of people really do like it. And the reason why I'm doing the video right now is because if you're interested in growing some garlic yourself, this is information that I hope will be helpful to you for getting it planted here pretty soon. Um, Garlic is a species of the allium family. It's related to the onion, shallot, chives, and leeks. And it's native to Central Asia and northeastern Iran. It's been used for thousands of years for medicinal purposes as well as to season food. China produces about 80% of the world's garlic supply. Garlic produces a flower that's pink or purple that somewhere between July and September, depending on when you plant your garlic. And it's pollinated by bees, butterflies, moths, or other insects. Garlic bulbs can be quite large. Most of them contain 10 to 20 cloves of garlic. So if you look on the inside of this, you can see how they're kind of divided up, but here also are some of the cloves that came out of that bulb. Garlic can grow as far north as Alaska, and garlic grows from one of those cloves. So when you plant your garlic, you're planting a clove in the ground for each plant. The leaves on the garlic plant are 1/2 to 1 inch wide and they're flat. Garlic usually, from what I understand, has the same number of cloves in their bulb as they have leaves. So this will be interesting this year because when I actually plant my garlic here in a few weeks, I'll be keeping an eye on my garlic plants to see if that really holds true. Garlic is very easy to grow. It grows year-round in some places where there's mild climates. But usually you plant your garlic somewhere between July and September and harvest the following June, usually towards the end of June. You can grow your garlic in a garden area, flower bed, or in deep pots or containers, okay? Back here behind me is this big tire. It was a big tractor tire of some type that was given to me, and my husband cut off the edges so I would have more access to get more things in there. But I've got to add some more dirt to it. When we first brought it home, we put some branches and some chipped up wood and some shredded leaves and that sort of thing in the bottom of it. And then we put some composted soil and some other soil in there and kind of mixed the soils together in hopes that what we actually had planted in there would do well. But I had loofah sponges planted in there and they just didn't do well, so I went ahead and pulled them up. So now the soil's kind of has kind of gone down, so I'm going to have to get some more soil to put in there before I can plant my garlic. But it does like loose, well-drained soil the best, and it needs the sun. It needs to be in a very sunny location. It grows well in zones 4 through 9. Where I live, this is zone 7. So the fact that it can grow as far north as Alaska is pretty good. When you're thinking about companion planting, what to plant your garlic next to, garlic does well planted by other members of the allium family. It also does well next to lettuce and tomatoes. Fruit trees, it's good to plant a little bit of garlic around the base of your fruit trees because the smell of the garlic kind of repels the fruit borer, which can do a lot of damage to your fruit trees and actually end up killing them. They also help roses. One of my neighbors, when I was a kid, she planted garlic around her rose bushes, and she had beautiful rose bushes. Well, I asked her one day why she had garlic planted around her rose bushes, because the smells didn't seem to go together as far as I was concerned. But she said that the smell of the garlic actually helped repel the aphids that would get on her rose bushes and cause damage to the leaves and the flowers. You can make sprays with garlic. You can put some garlic cloves and some mineral oil, let it sit for a few weeks so you have something to add to water, to spray onto your plants to help keep aphids under control. Also, it helps keep red spiders off of tomato plants, and it controls blight on tomato plants and potato plants. The two main types of garlic that we hear about the most are soft-necked, which are grown closer to the equator. They're the smaller bulbs of garlic, and the cloves are small and tight, just really tightly packed together. I've bought garlic like that before in the grocery store. I really didn't care a whole lot for it. Then there's the hard-necked, which is for cooler climates. So that's what they would grow like up north, up in Alaska. And I think that's what I'm going to be trying here as well. Garlic is not affected by most pests. In fact, it repels rabbits. So if you have a garden and you have a hard time with rabbits getting into your garden, you might want to plant some garlic around your garden here and there to keep them away from your garden. Two things that do affect garlic are pink root, which is also known as leek rust. And it's a non-fatal disease, but it stunts the growth of the roots of the garlic plant, and it turns them red or pink. And then there's also the larva of the leek moth. And the larva of the leek moth may attack garlic by mining into the leaves or into the bulbs. And if that happens, then your garlic crop can be destroyed. I don't know that that's something that I have to deal with here. This is my first year to plant leek, and it all looks really healthy, so hopefully I don't have that issue. But just because of that, I may not ever plant my garlic and leek close together. As far as how to plant, well, first of all, you need to find some quality garlic bulbs, and you're not going to find that by going to some of the local stores that sell everything under the sun, and they have a bag of garlic bulbs in the gardening section, and it doesn't even tell you what kind of garlic it is. Sometimes you'll feel of it and it won't even be firm. It'll start getting soft, and then you know it's not any good. You also don't want to plant garlic that you purchase at the grocery store. It might do okay and it might not, but I wouldn't chance it. So you could go through like Burpees, Johnny Seeds, Baker Seed Company, Haas Seed Company, any of the seed companies. If you don't know of any, just get on the internet and start looking for some garlic bulbs that are quality to plant. When you plant your garlic, first of all, you want to pick the largest cloves that you have, because the larger the clove is, the more likely you are to have nice sized bulbs of garlic when you harvest them the following June. And don't take the papery skin off of those cloves, because the papery skin is what protects the clove from rotting in the ground before it sprouts. So just leave that on there. You can soak your cloves of garlic for a couple of days. That will help promote the sprouting of the garlic plants quicker. Then you have your choice of planting in rows, like in your garden area, or you can plant in containers. But wherever you plant, just make sure you put the cloves 4 inches apart. If you're planting them in your garden area, flower bed, that sort of thing, you'll need to make like a little trench that's 3 to 4 inches deep. Now, if your soil is really rich in humus and compost, that sort of thing, and you know you're not going to need any additional composted soil or anything added, then you can just dig your little trench about 3 inches deep and then go through and place each clove of garlic with the pointed end up every 4 inches. And then when you're finished, you just lightly cover with soil and water them in good. If you're planting in a pot, you can just push them down in the soil about 4 inches apart and water it. Now, if you do need some extra compost added to your soil because you don't feel like your soil is rich enough, you can dig your trench 4 inches deep and put about 1 inch of compost in the bottom of the trench, then lay your garlic cloves on top of that and cover them with soil. Make sure that you water them well, and after you get them planted, you can actually put about 1 inch of straw or shredded leaves, that sort of thing, on top of the area where you planted your garlic. This will help the garlic in different ways because, first of all, it'll help hold the moisture in the soil. Another thing is, when there's weed seeds blowing around in the wind, it will keep the weed seeds from settling on the ground, taking root, and coming up in your garlic bed. And then, it also allows the straw or the leaves aren't heavy enough that they're going to keep the garlic from sprouting up. After the garlic sprouts up, then you can cover it with about another couple inches of straw or shredded leaves, and that will help protect it through the winter from cold weather. I don't know that we really have that much of a problem with that sort of thing here, but up farther north, that would definitely be a good idea. In spring, you can add extra straw or shredded leaves, that sort of thing, on top of your garlic bed if you would like to. Just make sure you're keeping your garlic well watered. And usually about the end of June is when the leaves will start browning, and you know that it's time to harvest your garlic and put it in an area to cure where it is cool and it gets good air ventilation. After the garlic is cured, then you can string it up and hang it up somewhere where it's cool and dry, and then you'll have garlic all through the winter. Well, I guess it depends on how much garlic you use. Garlic does have a very strong odor and flavor, and that really bothers some people, but there's those of us who absolutely love garlic. I do. I love it and everything. So garlic is used for seasoning. It's roasted, and it's delicious roasted, because if you've ever tried a piece of garlic when it's just fresh garlic, it can be pretty hot and spicy, I guess you could say, but when you roast it, the garlic cloves become very mild, and they're just absolutely delicious. I also like to pickle garlic. You can pickle it you can just do a whole jar of pickled garlic, just nothing but pickled garlic, and it's really good. But you could also add it to your pickles. When I make dill pickles, pickled okra, or pickled green beans, I always put a clove of garlic in with my pickles. And you can also use it to flavor oils and vinegars. You can purchase garlic fresh, like I showed you, this big bulb of garlic in the produce section. You can also purchase it in containers where the outer skin has already been removed, but usually those are pretty big containers, and I don't think I would want to buy one because I don't think I would go through it fast enough. You can also buy it where it's already chopped up or minced up in liquid and ready to use. Sometimes you can find dried flaked garlic. You can buy garlic granules or even garlic powder, and it's interesting because if you look at certain brands that say garlic powder and then you look at other brands, they look totally different. Sometimes it's much finer than other brands, and I don't like it when it's super fine I like it more like granules. Garlic is very good for you, though. It contains vitamin B6, manganese, phosphorus, calcium, iron, and zinc. You can use it as an insect repellent to repel all kinds of insects, like I mentioned. Garlic can even kill mosquitoes. In Southern California, in Gilroy, California, they have the Gilroy Garlic Festival every year. They're not having it this year. They didn't have it this year. I can't remember exactly when it was supposed to be, but they grow a lot of garlic down around Gilroy, California, and so they have their big festival every year. And I remember back when I was in high school, one of my mom's friends brought us a huge string of garlic from the Gilroy Garlic Festival, and it was wonderful. There was a lot of garlic on that, and we hung it up in a dry, cool area in the house, and we had it all through the winter. It was really nice. If you have any questions about garlic, please post a comment, or you can send me an email. If you enjoyed my video today, please give me a thumbs up. If you have not subscribed to my page or my channel, please subscribe. If you're viewing on Facebook, please like my video. I hope you get something out of it. Or even if you have information to share about garlic that I didn't mention, please let me know, because I always love to learn new things. But make sure you share with your Facebook friends. And thank you for watching today, and hope to see you again soon. Bye.